Hello! How can you use stimulus to refine and validate requirements allocated to an architecture? Moreover, how can you check that requirements of these different levels are consistent with each other? Take the example of an aircraft landing gear system with a 3-level architecture. For the sake of clarity, in this video we will only consider a part of the system. Level 1 is the top level and contains the high-level requirements. Level 2, the next level down, has 4 components that exchange data. Each Level 2 component has its own requirements. It is the same for Level 3, which includes 3 components that collaborate to provide the services defined at the higher level. Finally, once the requirements of each component at each level have been described, you need to check that they are consistent with each other. Simple traceability does not do the job. For example, it must be possible to show that the collaboration of Level 2 components, simply described by their requirements, will provide the services described at Level 1. And the same for Level 3. To manage this has been extremely difficult until now, but becomes simplistic with stimulus. Let's see how you can proceed. We are here at the system level. A block diagram describes the interfaces of the system with its environment. Let's go to the blue box. These are its requirements. After the down command has been sent, the landing gear will be extended and the doors closed within 15 seconds, and the equivalent for the up command. Let's test these requirements to make sure they reflect our intention. To do this, let's use this use case. Every 17 seconds, a new command is sent to the system. Let's simulate these requirements. You can see that 15 seconds after the down command was sent, the landing gear is extended and the doors closed. And likewise, after the up command, the landing gear is up and the doors are closed. After more tests, we can convince ourselves that the requirements at the system level are correct. Does the level below, Level 2, provide the service as described in Level 1? The Level 2 architecture is defined here. We double-click on an element, we find its requirements. Let's drag and drop the block diagram into the previously defined test environment. To verify that the collaboration of the Level 2 elements meets the requirements of Level 1, we create a paragraph. We insert the requirements of Level 1 and we put it in observer mode. Let's test Level 2. Let's do 300 steps. You can see that the observer is green. Level 2 is consistent with Level 1. We can increase our confidence by executing 20 test cases at once. We can see each of the 20 executions. Stimulus shows 20 possible behaviours of the system which all meet its requirements. In fact, you do not need to study each execution because the observer is green for all of them. We can conclude that the Level 2 requirements meet those defined at Level 1. You can obviously do the same verification between the component of Level 2, analog part, and Level 3. Thanks to stimulus, you can describe the architecture of the system and the interfaces between its components, define use cases, scenarios, individually test the specification requirement of each component, and finally, check the consistency of the requirements of each level of the architecture with the higher levels. Try stimulus.